So a few weeks ago, I made a video trading Nasdaq, and actually on that video, what I was speaking about was my first time experience trading it and all the things that I went through. And the results were not amazing, to be honest. Now in today's video, I actually want to share with you guys how much I made from Nasdaq after learning and mastering it. Well, before we start off with today's video, I actually want you to do something for me. Please do make sure to just hit the subscribe button if you're actually getting a lot of these videos valuable. And at the same time, please do make sure to hit the thumbs up so that we can get to reach more people out there. So in today's video, we are actually going to be speaking about the experience of me trading Nasdaq. Because I remember a few weeks ago, I posted a video where I was speaking about my first time experience. So I went back. I didn't just give up. I don't give up simple like that. So I went back on my drawing board, and then I went back to back testing Nasdaq. I went back to understanding how it moves and all these things that I took note of from the losses that I actually experienced. And then now I actually was able to notice something about it. Most importantly, I was able to understand and be much more comfortable and confident trading it, and also being able to just show you guys some of the secrets that I learned. So one thing that I'm going to be doing in this video is that I'm going to be showing you guys how much I actually made yesterday, not even a few days ago or anything, but yesterday after literally just understanding Nasdaq. And I'm going to show you guys how I was able to pick up those trades, how I was able to just literally spot them, like my thought process behind those trades. And most importantly, one thing that I want to show you too is that give you at least one secret for trading Nasdaq, because all these pairs that we trade, there's always like a secret that you can take from it. But hey, today's video got inspired by Tumelo, and I'm glad that you actually asked this question over. You are like, please show us how to trade Nas. So let us jump onto it right away. But hey guys, remember that each and every Wednesday I actually post out let's say videos that you guys actually inspired, like meaning that like on my Instagram I get to ask what videos you'd like to see, and then whatever that you'd say that you want to see, I work out to focus more on it and then help you guys more with it. So luckily Tumelo was able to ask us this valuable question, and then now we are able to speak about it. So just by looking at things now, I've got my phone right here, and we want to be seeing, I want to speak while looking at things so that I can be able to say the right things. So remember, now I want to show you guys the trades that I took and actually how much it made me, and then afterwards we're going to dive onto the computer real time, and then I'll show you what I was seeing at that time, what I spotted. And now I'll also at the end, what I'll do is that I'll give you one secret that you guys can take home so that you can be able to make profits trading Nasdaq too, because a lot of people are capitalizing from it. Why not you capitalize too? So as you can see here, it's actually two of my accounts. Remember that these are accounts that I have for public usage, like it's accounts that I don't mind sharing in public. So I funded two accounts. It's the same account that I started off with 5,000 rands. I took it well over to I think like 20,000 rands in a week, and then I took 1,000 rands from those profits. I funded a different account, and then I made a few profits. So it's actually two accounts that I actually had one initial capital, and then at the end of the day I was able to make profits on two different accounts. So let us start by looking at things there. So like here you can simply see, I'll try to put the picture here, but you can see that I actually went in one lot on this. Now I actually went three trades, three positions, one lot. And then afterwards, like remember, I'm not going one lots because I want to risk big or anything, but my broker, that's the minimum lot size that I can go for with the account type that I have. So I can't go less than one lot. So I went three positions, and then they went nice in profits. And as well as you can see this picture here, you can see it's on the 15-minute time frame. Also went I think it's one, two, three, four. I think it's four positions. I went four positions on this one here, and it's a different account. This one is the bigger account, and then I was able to still capitalize from it. As you can see, the price shot upwards. I was excited at this time. So now looking at things now at this time, with this account type being at this account balance being at 18,000, profits that are floating were like 4,195, on which currently you can simply see that the equity is on 22,000, which is amazing, because I wasn't expecting this from Nasdaq. I was on my side, I was still believing that I'm on the learning phase, so it's too quick for me to be experiencing such profits at the same time. So it's 1, 2, 3, it's 5 positions that I went in on it. Risk was calculated, my stop loss was calculated, and I went in on it, and it was amazing. And to be honest, like the day before this day, these were actually done yesterday. So the day before this day, on this account I actually closed the negative 1.1, something like that. So I was like, okay, no, it's okay, it'll always come back. Just capitalize from the market. So I ended up taking home 4,265 rands, 0.99 cents. That's the amount that I took home with trading Nasdaq basically, and just by looking on the other account, on the bigger account. So at the smaller account, as you can see, we've got here the balance was on 3.4. This account was also on 5 point something, and then the day before this day I actually took I experienced a few, I think it was like negative 800, I'm not sure, something like that. And then now here you can simply see that I'm holding 2.8 2824.96. At the same time, my equity is actually much greater, like it's close to doubling, because like my balance is like 3.4 and I'm holding 2.8, so I'm like literally left with like 400, yeah, 400, 600 to double this account. And it's amazing, it's that same account that I funded with the 1,000 rands, and it's now on 6.2. So at the end, I ended up going home with 3.190 on this specific account. And at the end, like just by mixing them two, looking at them both, you'd simply know that or just calculating them both, you'd simply understand that we took home maybe 7.5 in just a single day from trading Nasdaq. And it's been amazing. I won't lie, it's been amazing, because I didn't think that Nasdaq would be able to do something like this in this period of time, because I literally, like, I was studying it, like people were like placing trades, showing profits and all these things. I wasn't doing that. Instead, I was like studying, focusing on it. And I'm looking, this is actually the first profits I make from Nasdaq, the first profits ever I actually make from Nasdaq. So I'm hoping that it's actually going to be a long-term thing. I'll be able to make this when we move on. But hey, let's not waste time talking about how much I made and all the profits and stuff. Let's actually jump onto the charts, and then I want to show you guys on how you can also be able to capitalize from trading Nasdaq. Got Nas 100, and most people prefer me say so. And I wanted to take a look at what it is that I saw, like the thought process behind all the trades that I actually executed on, and what I think about this whole pay, and am I looking forward to invest in it in the next weeks or days or whatever to come. At the same time, if it's a profitable pay or not. But not to argue much about it, it is profitable when you know what you're doing. Remember that I'm the same guy that posted my YouTube video a few weeks ago talking about Nasdaq taking me out, like bring my account. But now here I am speaking about it making me profits in just a single day. So it depends on whether you are a person that actually understands trading Nasdaq, or you are just looking to make a quick buck. Obviously, if you're looking to make a quick buck, you'll make it that far, because but hey, let me not speak much about that. So the previous week, is it the previous week? I think I shared where we were looking at Nasdaq, and then I was like, no, I'm looking for price to actually push a bit more to the upside. Come at least they give us this beautiful third touch. Let me just evolve this line, bring it a bit further. Give us this beautiful third touch, and then after it gets here, I'm looking to take sell opportunities to the downside, maybe till here, and then I'll take a long opportunity. So that was my mindset. That was what I was looking for at the time. But remember that I want to share with you guys a secret that I actually learned. So please do stay with me up until the end, where I'll be able to just break it down for you. So I went down on the 4-hour time frame. Okay, I went down on the 4-hour time frame, and to be honest, like Nasdaq was really moving the way that I had anticipated, and like moving all the way from where it was at to like to the upside, to the third level that I was actually looking for or at. But I noticed something that, like, why would you be selling something that, even if it's an upward movement, why would you want to sell an upward trend? It's not the way that we actually are trading, because the momentum is to the downside. I mean, it's to the upside, it's an upward trend. So if you're actually placing sales on an upward trend, you are going against the momentum. You are selling a correction, you are selling a retracement, on which it's something that I don't want to be working on. So I went on the, okay, let this load a bit quicker. I went down on the 1-hour time frame, and then I was able to spot this beautiful upward movement there. So remember, I'm looking for upward movements. I'm only looking to buy Nasdaq, because, like, remember, if it's an upward trend, the momentum's to the upside and all these things, why would I want to sell again? So yeah, I was able to spot that. Now this is my first touch. Okay, on my 1-hour, you saw on the daily it was something different, but now it's on the 1-hour. I was able to spot that this is my first touch, second touch. Now I wanted at least a third touch somewhere close to here, and then I'm going to be moving to the upside with it. So that was my mindset before. To be honest, also I had this beautiful line here, as you can see, an upward trend to also guide me on, let's say when Nest gets here, I'll look for opportunities and then maybe go to the upside with it. I think it was on 15 minutes. Let's go back down to 15 minutes, where I was able to spot something like that. And then I remember I had like buy zones and stop losses and targets of what I actually want from this. Okay, it's taking a bit longer to load though, but yeah. So while I was looking for that, like I spotted something nice, I spotted something different, and I noticed something that once happened to me a few weeks ago. Remember, I've been backtesting Nasdaq. It's not like I just woke up today and I was like, I'm trading it. I've been backtesting it ever since it took me out. I wanted to know, I was interested in knowing what actually happened, why it took me out. So I went back on the brain board. Then I noticed that okay, Nasdaq is more likely to break out of structure. Let's say if it's this upper trend line that I do have, it's more likely to just break out of it with a gap, not with a huge impulsive candle. It's more likely to break out of it with a gap, and then there's higher chances of it going back to fill the gap, or not even filling the gap, but going back up to break the new structure highs and creating new higher highs. So I was looking for that, and as soon as I saw that it broke out of this line that I had, after I saw that it broke out of this line that I had, okay, this thing is taking a bit longer to load. But after I saw that it broke out of this line that I had, this upper trend line that I had, I wanted to show you guys while it's still playing out. And after I spotted that, like I noticed that, okay, no, this is actually what happened a few weeks ago. And even that time when I took trades that I took and they took me out, it was because of these gaps that I was impatient of. It was because I didn't know much about these gaps. I didn't know what was happening. So now it's actually a sign for me that there is I might expect this gap fill to take place. Not only the gap fill, but also the most important thing is that price can go all the way up to break the new structure highs. Because I had to wait a few more minutes just so this can be like this. But hey, let us continue with what I was saying there. So remember, now I'm in the zone of looking for just buy opportunities. And after this gap literally took place, as you can see, let me zoom in a bit because I understand some of you guys are seeing this from the cell phone. But just by looking at this gap, after I noticed that this gap took over, I was like, wow, this is amazing, because like one of the trades that actually took me out done something like this, like it jumped over and then it took me out and all these things, then it went back in. So I was like, okay, this actually is a buy zone for me. So I started placing buy stops, not even buy stops. I started going in market execution just to wait for price to actually play out. And to remember better, like it was on the 15-minute time frame where I was able to see the beautiful pattern that got printed out, because like that pattern was actually I spotted an inverse head and shoulders, and then I was like, wow, this is actually much more better evidence for me to be taking this trade, because I went in with one lot sizes, and after that I went again with another position, and then after seeing that this inverse head and shoulders formed completely, I was like, okay, no, amazing, let me go in with it. So I'll just also try to put the picture here so you get to see on the 15-minute chart, because like now this takes a bit longer to load. And after placing that, like the next candle, the 1 hour candle, like it literally shot up and I was excited. So obviously you can see my targets are still up to here. This is actually where I'm looking to take targets, but I took profits after it shot up because I was excited that, okay, no, Nasdaq, all these things. And the previous time, I remember I held profits for a while, and then it took some of those profits that I had, and so I'm still now learning. I actually learned to execute trades and all these things and manage them, but now I'm learning to actually be able to be comfortable or confident in holding it up until my target areas. But now, as you can see, looks like we actually closed this gap that I was looking for. So targets were reached, and I was excited. But for now, I still believe that there's a lot of momentum to the upside. Looking to take sales, yes, it's possible. You can still look to take sales, but I'm actually investing money into the long opportunities. Let's say now, for instance, this could also be an upward move. Let's say price can just come all the way down to here and then still continue to go upwards, on which I am looking to just place a lot of nice trades on this page, just so I can be able to capitalize from it and see how it moves. But this is one thing that I learned, and some of the secrets that actually one secret that I want to share with you, because I don't think I'm in a position where I can have a lot of secrets that I can share. But one thing that I can share, or I'm comfortable with sharing, is that Nasdaq is actually much greater when it's moving to the upside. Like whenever it moves to the upside, you can hold it. You can actually like literally buy it, and then without having, it depends on your account size, but you can just buy it and then hold it for the upward move. And literally when it's in profits, you just lock profits, and then you after looking profits, you just let it run with the profits that you're actually holding. So I noticed that with it, and I'm trying to do that too. But one thing that I like to mostly is the fact that this is a clear upward trend, this is a buy trend, and I just want to capitalize as much as possible going to the upside. And then one thing, like after, like when it does break to the downside and then it gives us something different, that's when you can start looking for sales. But for now, the most important thing, the most important secret that you can get out there is Nasdaq is a pair that's more likely to be bought than to be sold. People are buying and holding, people are investing more into it. So you better, like you actually can also make money buying it, instead of just going against what people that are consistent and making money from are doing. But that's one thing that I wanted to share, and I hope that you actually found this very valuable. Hey, I would like to take this time to actually brag about one of my students, because I get a lot of comments from you guys asking me if like I do mentorship and all these things. But let us take a look at Mr. Siakani. So he joined I think it was last year at the beginning of the year, and then he's been making consistent profits from there. Like, it's been amazing. He's been sharing with me his results and all these things. We actually speak on a much more closer level. So just by taking a look at it, he sent me a message. I think it was like 2 days ago. He mentioned to me, he's like, hey, been holding these trades since Thursday. Since Thursday, he's been holding these trades, and like Forex Jesus 2.0 is like truly an inspiration to him and very educational. And like looking at these trades, like literally his account was like on it was actually on 92 pounds, not even dollars, pounds. It's amazing. It was on 92 pounds his balance, but now he's actually floating. As you can see, he's floating 232 pounds. At the same time, his now equity is actually on 325, on which it's amazing. I was thinking to myself that okay, he's making profits. But then after a few, he sent the next picture whereby his account, the amount that's floating is actually much more greater, which is like now 336. And then afterwards he sent me another one, and it's like it's now floating 768 pounds, and like his equity is like literally 861, from 93 to 861. I was amazed. And it's pounds. Like when you convert it, you're multiplying with all the, like it's amazing. I was actually shocked. But this is the power of being a part of the Forex Jesus 2.0. It's actually an education program whereby I actually help you out, be able, like step by step, I help you be able to understand the markets, focus on the markets, learn the markets, master them, and be consistently profitable. At the end of the day, that's one thing that we want. We want to be consistently profitable instead of just making profits now and then, you understand? So let us focus a bit more on being able to understand the markets on a much more deeper level. And I'm thankful that you guys actually watched this video up until the very end. I'm getting a lot of calls now. I don't know from who or what, but yeah, I'm grateful that you guys watched it up until this end. If you do want to watch more videos of me, you can literally just press up here, and then I'll just try to put a video that will be much more better for your interest. And it's your boy Disomo 2P.